VMware is one of my absolute favorite enterprise tech companies of all time. Unfortunately, I haven't had time to stay fully updated on what they are doing these days, so I went to Barcelona to find that out. In summary, they've been busy, and I liked what I heard. Actually, I loved it. These mega events are fantastic to begin with, but what stuck with me the most is VMware's clear vision and portfolio of solutions to help companies navigate the multi-cloud world that we live in. However, we have a potential turd in a bunch poll that begins with B and ends with rocade. Let's get to the bottom of it. An independent tech enthusiast from Finland. This is where we talk everything about enterprise tech, from IFCs to multi-clouds. If you are into that sort of stuff, consider subscribing. Thank you. VMware Explore European event was arranged again in Barcelona, Spain on November 7th to 10th. This was my first time in VMware Explore, or VMworld as it used to be called before they changed the name this year. The main US event was held at the end of August, but the rumors had it that there were even more people in Barcelona than in San Francisco. Don't know about that, but the atmosphere was great. People were genuinely interested in learning about VMware and excited to participate in in-person events again. I think it's safe to conclude at this point that the virtual events didn't take over after all. Let's be real, it's not even close. I could talk about the event itself for hours, but I want to focus on the general session that took place on Tuesday morning. More precisely, I want to focus on the first 25 minutes of it, where Raghu Raghuram, the CEO of VMware, painted a big picture with a broad brush. I must say that it was the clearest and most consistent CEO keynote I've heard on these stages this year. Here's my summary about it. Cloud first has been most companies' IT strategy for years, but rushing to the public cloud has led to unorganized and inefficient IT, a situation that VMware calls cloud chaos. It is VMware's mission to fix that and help their customers get cloud smart. VMware's high-level strategy can be summarized with this one single graph. From cloud first to cloud chaos and finally becoming cloud smart. Now, how do we actually get cloud smart? First of all, VMware suggests that we should stop the debate about private cloud versus public cloud. It's clear we need both. Instead, let's focus on categorizing applications to cloud-native apps and enterprise apps. Let the application requirements dictate where it runs. For this, we need a mechanism that enables truly holistic management across all public clouds, on-prem data centers, and edge locations. I was very pleased to hear VMware stating all this so plainly, and it's very easy for me to agree with all of the above, since that's pretty much how I see the future of cloud too. But it's not a unique opinion or vision. Many other companies are saying the same. Maybe using a bit different wording, but still meaning the exact same thing. So what is VMware's concrete action plan? Well, VMware has introduced a plethora of solutions for this lately, most notably cross-cloud services, which consists of vSphere 8 with Tanzu as for the foundation to run applications on virtual machines or as containers, and vSAN 8 as for the multi-cloud data platform. VMware Aria for multi-cloud management. By the way, Aria was formerly known as vRealize Cloud Management. Project Northstar, the new lateral security component for VMware NSX virtual networking that they announced in Barcelona. And finally, Cloud Universal, the overarching commercial model for all of the above, the commercial model for Cloud Smart, as the CEO put it. Having spent a fair amount of time listening to breakout sessions and even doing some labs in VMware Explore Barcelona regarding all of the above, I must say I'm convinced. VMware sees the future in the same way as many of us do. They have identified a clear fundamental customer problem that I can also easily agree with, and they have created a comprehensive software portfolio to solve that problem. Obviously, VMware also has the credibility and muscles to go through with this plan. So what could possibly go wrong? Oh yeah. Raghu Raghuram actually started his keynote by addressing the Broadcom acquisition and tried to convince the audience that the acquisition will only be a positive thing, and Broadcom understands the value of VMware and their partners, and they will be better together. As much as I want to believe that, I do have my reservations, and here's why. Broadcom has a controversial history about these big acquisitions, most recently CA and Symantec. They've just milked all existing dollars out of them for the shareholders, at the same time killing innovation. And it looks awfully lot like they are at it again with VMware. Hock Tan, the CEO of Broadcom, has already promised some pretty juicy returns on VMware investments to the shareholders. Actually so juicy that they will be difficult to fulfill without some painful cuts. So if there's anything that can stop VMware from executing on its superb vision and strategy, it's unfortunately Broadcom. Now, if we let our imagination run wild for a moment and imagine that VMware would suffer the fate of CA and Symantec and would be practically wiped out of the enterprise stack, who would actually fill in the void? Dell, HPE, IBM, or Cisco? Nope. Hyperscalers? Definitely not. Microsoft or Linux? I don't think so. How about Nutanix? Maybe, but it's still a stretch. There's really no one. VMware's software portfolio is uniquely positioned to cover the whole industry from edge to cloud. Their reputation is excellent and the active install base is immense. It would be simply a catastrophic situation for many of us in the industry. However, just the other day I stumbled upon an article on Forbes written by one of the most respectable analysts in the industry, Patrick Moorhead. The title is it time to start giving Broadcom's pending acquisition of VMware a chance? I will leave the link of this interesting article down below. So Patrick's analysis actually shifted me from skeptical to cautiously hopeful. So it seems that there really is hope that this acquisition might just be different than the other ones. I, for one, am keeping my fingers tightly crossed that Patrick is correct and Broadcom will cherish the legacy of one of the greatest tech companies of all time and sees the same potential in VMware's current and future direction that so many of us in Barcelona did. With that, thanks for watching and see you with the next video.